What is going on here, and who is this woman? I'm Ria, Ted's new girlfriend.
I'm no longer attracted to you, Melanie. And so, I'm leaving you.
Okay, fine, if you say so. I'll move out, but I'm suing you for this.
I didn't do anything against the law. You can't sue me.
Trouble busters!
Ted, what should we do? I think size-wise, it's perfect, and that you'll both be very happy with your choice.
I'm pretty happy with this. Did we get to sample the menu? It'd make me feel better knowing that we were serving good food to our guests.
Our chef from the restaurant upstairs will be in charge of the menu, so you can try the food there.
It's gonna cost us $150 just to try out the chef's food?
Well, we have enough money saved up. We should choose the things that make us happy.
Good point.
My name is Melanie, and I'm getting married to my fiancé Ted soon. We've been together for 5 years now and are already living together. Ted is an illustrator, and he doesn't make much money, but his work hours are very flexible. He is very kind to me, and I love him so much. I have a stable income, and I don't mind being the breadwinner. As long as we respect each other and get along well, that's all that mattered to me. Ted and I checked out several wedding venues and was trying to decide on one. In the end, we came to a decision and started planning our wedding. Before we knew it, it was 3 days until our wedding day. But then, Ted told me that he needed to talk to me about something important. I was hoping that it would be something positive, like going to buy our wedding rings. Perhaps he was going to offer to buy me a ring. I did pay for everything else, so... Ted must have saved up money to buy me a ring. How sweet of him.
Come in. The door's unlocked.
What is it that you wanted to talk to me about? I'd be happy with any ring that Ted gives me. It's the thought that counts.
I'm sorry to burden you with this now, but...
What is it, Ted? Don't leave me in suspense. What is going on here?
This is what I wanted to talk to you about. I'm calling off our engagement.
Hold on. I don't understand what is happening. You need to explain it to me, Ted.
It's pretty self-explanatory.
I'm Ria, Ted's new girlfriend.
There was a time when I was in love with you, but not anymore. The more we talked about getting married, the more I realized that you're not the person I'm meant to be with.
I told you that this is how things were going to turn out with Melanie. How long have you been together?
3 years. And that's around the time I stopped being attracted to you.
How could you say that to me? That's the last thing you want to hear from a man that you're with.
I'm no longer physically attracted to you. You're just a roommate to me now. I know that you are a woman, but you're not the one for me.
Oh, that's so sad. So basically, Ted's living with a female gorilla. But we already introduced each other to our parents and reserved the wedding venue. Why are you telling me all this now? It's going to be really expensive to cancel our wedding. The invitations have already gone out. But Ted doesn't want to marry you. You need to accept that.
We still have 3 days until the wedding. That's enough time to cancel.
You should have told me much earlier. Your affair has been going on for years now. What am I supposed to tell my parents? They're really looking forward to our wedding.
Look, this isn't what I wanted either, but I need to be honest about my feelings. I don't want to make a decision that I'll regret for the rest of my life, and I'd feel bad cheating on you after we're legally married.
You shouldn't have cheated on me at all. It doesn't matter whether we're married or not.
I don't want you to sue me for cheating on you after we get married.
Is that all you care about? Have you stopped to think about my feelings and how much you hurt me?
Look, this type of thing happens all the time. Be glad that I'm breaking up with you before we get married. At least you won't be a divorcee.
You just don't seem to get it. Don't you have any decency?
I'm not ready to get married yet. I'm still young. I'm creative and an illustrator. I don't want to be tied down.
You've said enough, Ted. You're going to make her cry. It looks like I have no choice but to break up with Ted. He wasn't the man that I thought he was.
I also stayed with you for money. You make a good living and you were nice enough to support me, so... I figured that if we had kids though, you'd ask me to get a better job to provide for our family. And you'd probably opt to stay home with the kids for some time, which means that you won't make as much as you do now.
That might be true, but we can save up now in preparation for all that. Don't you think so?
I don't really see the point in me staying with you if you're not going to be making as much money in the future.
Ted and I don't plan on getting married. Neither of us want to be tied down. It's too boring. That's why we're casually dating.
You're not like Ria at all. You want to settle down, get married, and have kids, right? So typical.
Well, I'm not getting any younger. I'm 30 now, so... It gets more and more difficult to have kids as I grow older. I thought that we wanted the same things in life, Ted. I'm so disappointed.
You're too uptight, Melanie. You're not fun to be around. Marriage is just a legal document that makes it official. And I'm not ready to have kids either. I want to concentrate on myself right now. If we have kids, everything will be about our kids and you won't pay any attention to me. That's not what I want. I'm already not attracted to you. What's gonna happen when you become a mother? I don't even want to think about it. So basically, I'm gonna have to ask you to move out of this apartment as well. Ria's gonna be staying here with me for a while. If you're okay with me cheating on you, having no kids and paying for my living expenses, I'll reconsider canceling our engagement. What do you say?
Could I have some allowance too, Auntie Melanie? Ted's good looking, but he doesn't have much money. There's no way I'm agreeing to those crazy terms, Ted.
Have it your way then. I need you to pack up your things and move out. I'm not marrying you.
I can't believe that you stayed with Melanie for 5 years. She's so ugly, and the way that she talks is so nerdy.
Well, she did compensate for it by buying me nice things. Everything expensive I own is a gift from her.
Is that how you saw me? Someone who buys you nice things? I bought Ted nice gifts because I wanted him to be confident and good-looking. I liked surprising him with expensive gifts because it always put a smile on his face. I wasn't wasting my money. I was also saving up so that we'd have enough money after we had kids. I was happy to be with Ted because we were so different and he's fun to be around. I didn't mind working full-time and also taking care of our apartment because you made me happy. She's a bit much, huh, Ted?
Yes, she is. It's suffocating, and I don't want to get married, especially to someone ugly like you. Let our families know that our wedding is canceled. Tell everyone that you were the one that broke it off.
I regretted loving someone like Ted for so long. Why didn't I see his dark side? I felt bad about letting everyone know that our wedding was now canceled. I didn't have the courage to tell my family and relatives yet, so I began by calling my close friends. I am so sorry for causing everyone trouble. This is not what I wanted. It's not your fault, Melanie.
That's right. It's clear that Ted's the bad one here.
Ted needs to be punished for what he did to you.
He shouldn't have strung you along like that.
I was really looking forward to your wedding, especially the nice food. How dare he crush my dreams like that?
It sounds like you care more about not being able to eat the wedding menu than anything.
Now that we have all the information that we need, what can we do? You also need to let your family and relatives know, huh?
We can come with you for moral support if you like.
You can count on us, Melanie.
Count me in as well. I'll drive you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna ask you to bring food for the drive, though.
Everything is about free food for you, Todd.
Yeah, Todd. Don't expect anything in return from Melanie.
I don't have money to buy food, though. I haven't had anything to eat in 5 days. I've been living off of water.
Melanie, how are you feeling about all of this? Well, I'm so mad about what Ted did to you. It's not fair. Who does he think he is? He can't get away scot-free for hurting my best friend. We need to do something about this. Actually, I was thinking the same thing. I don't want him to get away with this unpunished. I spent 5 years with him, and this is how he repays me?
Then let's do this. No man should treat their girlfriends in this way.
I'm not going to forgive him.
Troublebusters!
What's all this noise? I was taking a nice nap, but you woke me.
The day that our wedding was supposed to take place.
Let's plan a trip together. It'll be awesome.
I'm going to end up paying for everything though, right?
If I could relax at a beach resort, it'd motivate me to do well on my next illustration project.
Easy for you to say. I haven't seen you work for a while now.
I need to be patient. It's not easy to land a project. It's like fishing. Perseverance is the key to success.
I need to talk to you, Ted.
Melanie, did you come to pick up your things?
Yes.
I took the liberty of putting all your stuff in this box.
The only feelings I have left for you are hatred. I'm moving out like you wanted me to, but just know that I'll be suing you.
Huh?
You might think that you've done nothing wrong, but I'll show you that you're mistaken.
What do you mean? I don't get it.
Explain it to us. I bet you still have feelings for Ted. That's why you're threatening him so he'll come running back to you.
We're listening.
I don't want Ted back in my life after what he did to me. What I'm about to say affects Ria as well, so please listen carefully. I don't see how this affects me. Let me explain it to you. Ted claims that he doesn't need to pay me money because we weren't married at the time that he cheated on me with you.
That's right. I said that. It wasn't wrong of me to cheat on you because we were only dating.
That's where you're wrong, Ted. Why?
I don't get it. What do you mean? I didn't have an affair because we weren't married yet. If cheating on a boyfriend or girlfriend is a crime, most of us would owe someone money.
So you're suggesting that most people in relationships cheat then? Not everyone is unfaithful like you are, Ted. I know that it's not easy to ask for money from a boyfriend or girlfriend that cheats.
See? I was right.
But Ted, we weren't just girlfriend and boyfriend. We were engaged and had even booked our wedding venue. We introduced each other to our parents too. It was official. Then you broke it off.
So what? I was still your boyfriend though. Nothing is set in stone until it becomes illegal. We weren't married, so we were two strangers living together. You can't sue me under these circumstances.
Well, if the court looks at our specific case, they'll see how serious we were about getting married, and the fact that we were living together for years would also be counted as grounds for palimony. If an engagement is called off due to a partner's infidelity, it is possible to sue them for it. We were together a long time, so the court would deem that my emotional suffering was substantial. In my case, I would be able to ask you for a palimony between $20,000 to $30,000.
That's a ton of money. I don't have that kind of cash lying around. I'm an illustrator, and I'm not even famous, so I barely make any money.
Well, that's not my problem. Rhea, I can also sue you for ruining my serious relationship with Ted. What? You ruined my happiness, so that's the least you could do. Ted, what are we going to do? You said that we wouldn't get into any trouble.
You assumed that I wanted to marry you. You made it all up. This isn't my fault.
You can try to lie your way out of this, but there is a lot of evidence that says otherwise. We went to see our parents and reserved a wedding venue. That alone shows that it wasn't all in my head.
But I had doubts about marrying you. Doesn't that stand for something?
You can try to emphasize that in court, but I think that my case is stronger. If we can't come to an agreement, I'll see you in court. Or we can come to an agreement now. If you both agree to pay me, I won't take you to court. Is that really necessary? Taking this to court will end up costing you more money, though. Lawyers are not cheap.
Fine, let's resolve this now. I don't want to go to court.
If you agree me to pay the amounts that I'm asking for, we're done here. This isn't fair. Why do I have to pay money to you? We're strangers. Ted, this is all your fault. You misled me. Rhea, you owe me somewhere between $20,000 to $30,000. Ted, you owe me much more. First, you need to cover the cost of canceling our wedding. You decided to cancel 3 days before our wedding, which means that most of the work has already been done. You need to pay for the invitations, the decorations, the food, music, wedding attire, the cost of the venue. The cancellation of the wedding alone costs $20,000. You need to pay that to the company that planned our wedding.
I'm broke. How am I supposed to pay the money?
Then you shouldn't have canceled last minute. This is your responsibility. And if you don't pay the cancellation fees, they'll sue you too. And you'll end up paying more money in the end.
Based on what you just told me, I already owe $50,000.
If you do something wrong, you need to pay the price. You shouldn't betray someone just because you think that it's not illegal. I'll happily watch you go deep in debt.
I wouldn't have been unfaithful had I known that there would be such big repercussions. I should have broken up with you before I started anything with Rhea.
All you care about is yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself.
I didn't think that my feelings for you would change, but when I met Rhea, I realized that I didn't love you anymore. Is there any way that I could get you to lower the amount of alimony?
No way, I'm not lowering the amount. I have a headache from all this talk.
How about this then? Why don't we get married as planned? That's what you want, right?
Huh?
That way, I don't need to pay you alimony, nor the cancellation fees of the wedding venue.
I can't agree to that either. You're only suggesting this because it'll make things easier for you.
You do still love me, don't you?
No, I don't. Not after I found out what an asshole you really are. You don't seem to understand how hard it was for me to tell my family and friends that my wedding was being canceled. My friends supported me and got me to realize that I needed to get revenge in order to move on.
Well, you'll feel better about everything if you get married to me as planned. I'm offering to marry you. Doesn't it make you happy?
No, it doesn't. I see how shallow your plan is. Melanie, please take Ted back. He needs you. You're a much better partner to him than I ever will be. I'm not interested in marriage, so you can have him back. I don't want him back. He's all yours. I'm done talking to you both. You just don't get it, do you? This is all Ted's fault, and I'm leaving him. He lied to me.
You're dumping me. I thought that you were moving in with me.
I'm not attracted to you anymore, dummy. In fact, you disgust me. I don't ever want to see you again, and don't call me. She's serious about leaving you, Ted. I'm leaving now as well.
Wait, Melanie, don't go. I need you in my life.
You're the one that kicked me out first. Stop being so selfish. You'll get a notice from my lawyer regarding palimony, as well as the cancellation fees of our wedding venue. You're not going to get away with not paying.
Melanie, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I didn't think that I was doing anything wrong. I wouldn't have cheated on you if I knew that things were going to turn out like this.
Stop complaining and take responsibility. I don't know what I saw in you. I'm going to make sure that you rot in hell. There's one more punishment coming your way.
What? Haven't you punished me enough already?
Ted, we're very upset with you.
Ted, what were you thinking? What you did to Melanie is unforgivable.
What's everyone doing here?
Melanie told us everything. You should be ashamed of yourself.
You're a complete idiot for cheating on such a nice girl like Melanie.
Melanie, I asked you not to tell them about my affair.
Well, I thought that our parents deserved to know the truth about what happened. You can't hide from the truth, Ted.
I was counting on you to sort this out smoothly.
Why would I do anything that would benefit you? You need to tell your parents about what you did to me. It's not my job to explain it to them.
I admit that I relied on you too much for everything because you're so nice.
We want an explanation from you, Ted.
I wasn't attracted to Melanie anymore, so I went and cheated on her.
That's a very selfish and hurtful thing to do. We raised you better than this. You're not exactly a catch, but Melanie took really good care of you. You should be grateful for that. And you gained weight. You're not what I call attractive.
You make under $10,000 a year and Melanie was still willing to marry you. I don't know what you were thinking when you cheated on her.
You might approve of Melanie, but I wasn't in love with her. And I can't help the way that I feel. Are you saying that I should have married her knowing that I wasn't attracted to her?
But was there a need to let her know that you were leaving her 3 days before the wedding? Talk about bad timing.
Anyone knows how expensive it is to cancel a wedding last minute. We're assuming that you did this knowing that there would be some serious consequences. Say what you want, but it's not gonna change the crime that you committed.
We're furious that you seem to feel no remorse over what you did. All you're doing is trying to justify your actions.
Melanie, we're truly sorry for what Ted put you through. You don't deserve to be treated like trash.
We're more than happy to cover the palimony that Ted owes you. We'll make sure that he pays us back in full. I don't want to be a burden to you. This isn't your fault.
There's no need for you to be so nice to us, Melanie. We clearly messed up when raising Ted.
You deserve so much better than Ted. We're so sorry for the time you wasted on him.
Let us cover the alimony. Ted will work very hard to pay us back. He has no other choice.
I'm sure you want to get this over with ASAP and get on with your life. This is the least that we could do as his parents.
Mom, Dad, I didn't do anything wrong. Hear me out.
Thank you two for the offer. I'll take it.
I'm not in agreement with this at all.
Ted, I expect you to return all the gifts and money we gave you when you got engaged.
I already spent all the money.
Well, you knew that you weren't going to marry Melanie, so why would you be so reckless? Ted, you need to fix your spending habits. Otherwise, you'll never be able to pay your parents back. You need to learn to take responsibility for your actions. I think you need to quit your job as an illustrator and look for a job that pays you consistently.
But I love my job. I don't want to do anything else.
Well, you don't have a choice anymore. You did this to yourself. If only you weren't so selfish. The only person to blame is yourself. If you had been faithful to me, I would have supported all your dreams.
Melanie, can we start over? Please. I realize how stupid I was. I see that it'd be better for me to stay with you.
Better for you?
That's not what I meant. That came out wrong. I now realize that Melanie's the one that I meant to be with.
It's too late for niceties. I know that you're lying. I should have known that you were using me for my money from the very beginning.
Please, I need you in my life. I beg you, take me back. I'm 35. It's close to impossible for me to get a decent job at this age.
I don't care. Work any job that you can get. You need to pay your parents back.
I don't want to do this. Somebody please help me. No way. Oh, Melanie.
We were all put off by Ted's immature behavior. Ted was shunned by his family and relatives, and the only time his parents talked to him was when he was due to pay them the money that he owed. Ted needed to pay back his parents a total of $40,000, which was a lot of money for someone like Ted. On top of that, he had to pay the wedding planning company $20,000, which left him broke. His total debt was $60,000. In the end, Ted swallowed his pride and got several jobs to make ends meet. Rhea also owed me $20,000, and she and Ted broke up because of it. As for me, I moved into my new apartment. My friends helped me with the move and also organized a housewarming party for me. I couldn't ask for better friends than them. I'm so grateful to have them in my life. They make my days so much more fun and happier. Trouble busters.